Yayo's album, his first album, was better?
It sound better to me.
Because of 50 or just
That's
overall
just how I feel,
everything?
man. It's an opinion. I didn't say it's a fact. It's just an opinion.
Penetrate. What's up with you and Jim Jones, man? Why you do him like that? That impression that you did of him had me dead, bro.
Yo, to be honest with you, that video was so old. It wasn't old like that, but it wasn't new. You know what I mean? Because as you saying, I actually did an impression of Tamron too. That was on the same video.
Right.
So I ended up putting, like, later releasing the impression that I did of Can, just to show people, like, look, this is the whole video of the piece of the Jim Jones video that you've seen.
Now, when he had came out and he said that he was like one of the top guys of your guys' era, right? That he didn't think anybody could really take him on. You said that you knew at least like 10 people that could beat him. And like, you didn't even think that he could beat you when it came to bars. So you think that Jimmy, is he just playing algorithm games too? Or what is he doing?
I know he's one of those people that does play algorithm games. I don't know if he was doing it at that particular moment, but he does it. And that's what's up.
What you think about his new podcast and everything like that? Would you go on there?
Yeah, why not? He doing anything. Shout to them brothers on there, no?
I think that would be dope, man.
But
now, one of my favorite types of content you do is when you do the unpopular opinion, because it really do get people talking. Now, you also pissed off a lot of people when you said Tony Yayo's Thoughts of a Predicate Felon was better than Jim Jones On My Way to Church. So why do you think that Yayo's album, his first album, was better?
It sound better to me.
Because of 50 or just
that's
overall
just how I feel,
everything?
Man. It's an opinion. I didn't say it's a fact. It's just an opinion.
You think that because of like 50 on the hooks, or you like sonically, like what specifically did you like better?
You just sound better to me. You know what I'm saying? Jim, when he put that album out, that's when he didn't fully know how to rap. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was still trying to figure himself out. Not saying that Yayo knew how to rap, but at that point he just sounded better to me.
Got you. But it's crazy because a lot of people feel like that On My Way to Church is a classic though, bro.
I say that. I'm like, that's still not going to change my mind about what I think, but okay.
So you really, when you say these things, you say it, that's genuinely how you feel. You're not saying like the unpopular opinion purposely to get people riled up. I
mean, I was thinking my mind out there, my brother. You know what I mean? This is what I feel, man. This is my, my opinion. I have my the way that I think and my thought process differs from the masses. You know what I mean? I want to say things that these other motherfuckers ain't saying. Everybody think this way. I want to think this way. You know what I'm saying? So, and it just happens to be controversial. So that's a good thing because it gets them to engage. And you don't have to agree, not you per se, but I'm just saying, period. You don't have to agree with my opinion. And a lot of people jump in the comments, they be like, nah, you wrong. You wrong about this. My bro, how's an opinion going to be wrong? It's an opinion, bro. I never said this is the end all be all, I'm right or nothing. I just said, this is my opinion, bro.
I think it's so funny, like how upset people get about opinions like that, because it's like, I like talking about it because just like sharing information and like, I might walk away with something that I didn't think about before. I'm not opposed to changing my opinion based off of some new information, right? But like when some people are like so stuck in their point of view and they're like willing to almost die on that hill, it's insane, bro. It's like, it's really that serious to you?
Like, well, how you ain't gonna say why you think that or why the home is better? da da da. You just gonna cut it off and just be like, it was better. I'm like, yeah, because I'm not about to sit here and be debating with you about this shit. I don't got to tell you why I think this album is better. I just think it's better, man.
Yo, that's the funny thing though. I was about to tell you, I think it's almost genius that you do it in shorts, on short form, versus doing an actual full on video, breaking it down and explaining it, because it's like a cliffhanger.
Facts. If you ever do what y'all gonna do with this, I'm not going back. I'm not making this no longer, no shorter, no funny. Yeah.
Message. These are true stories. I used to live poorly, and now, man, I live in two stories. Get suited and Maury the coupe.
Yo, I told y'all niggas we would take it to the top. Now we getting rich and this paper don't stop. $500,000 deal I signed with Reebok.
Not bad, not bad. Now you.
Keep my eyes wide, Eastside high risers, Westside low riders, vest with the faux fire. Yes, I for show fire, DIP.
I'm the messenger of misery. I move the street. You kidding me? My victories in the jaws of defeat. And these haters wanna kill me cause my dreams is real.
Now listen, that's called Barz. You know nothing about that.
Man, we make movies, no Pulp Fiction either. Man, it's violence they fear and sirens you hear. Cause the tyrants live here and the miners.
Not bad, not bad. Now you.
And I'm right cause Alan Pokemon. I got COs bringing me filet mignon. But now a nigga home looking frail in the trap.
So on this road to success, I grew up in the border, y'all. Yeah, enclosed by the jets. I learned my code for the set. I took my.
Now listen, that's called Barz. You know nothing about that.
New York City, everything move fast. Little girls get pregnant, throw their baby in the trash. China white Wizzy moving quickly on the Ave.
Not bad, not bad. Now you.
From the streets, know the struggle, know the hustle, know the cook, know the cut it, know the double, know that price. So if you don't change your mind, change your grind, don't get caught in the.
Gators and ostrich, you know the apparel. You can see my outfit on the Discovery Channel. I'm a stunner, trained like robots. They
Peace. Back with
Another one.
my installments. Interpret these bars. These bars come from Jim Jones and Tony Yayo. What I did was I matched up both of their debut albums. Jim Jones was first up the bat, so his debut album was named On My Way to Church. It was dropped August 24th, 2004. It was 18th on the U.S. Billboard charts, the 200. And in its first week, it sold 44,000 copies. Okay? By August of 2005, it sold 200,000 copies. All right? For Tony Yayo's Thoughts of a Predicate Felon. And pardon me, I have to make a correction because in my matchup between him and Bleak, I said that his album came out January 1st, 2005. That was not true and that was incorrect. It was released August 30th, 2005. So that's Thoughts of a Predicate Felon by Tony Yayo was released August 30th, 2005. Okay? So it was number 2. It debuted number 2 on the 200 Billboard charts. All right. In the first week, it sold 215,000 copies. Overall, from RIAA certification, it sold 1 million. So he went platinum. Okay. Like I said in the video before, when I did him versus Bleak, I know that he had he came into a perfect situation, right? 50 was killing it. He had just came home, so on and so forth. So I know that bump propelled him. But Jim and the Diplomats also had a buzz, and you know. So, with that being said, let me get into it. I did this because you see the clip, you see J Hood talking about it, so I was like, yeah, it makes sense, you know. And let's go here. So, for the first song that I picked off, well, randomly selected from the Jim Jones On My Way to Church was This Is Jim Jones. That song, This Is Jim Jones, right? So I matched that up between Eastside Westside from Tony Yayo off of Thoughts of a Predicate Felon, right? I feel like Eastside Westside is a better song than This Is Jim Jones, my personal opinion, all right? So next up for Jim is Certified Gangstas. I think that this song is dope, and I believe that it's a better song than It Is What It Is by Tony Yayo, okay? Now, Capo Status. This wasn't really a song. This was more like a freestyle, but it was dope. But I don't feel like the song Drama Setters was better than Capo Status. That's just my particular opinion on that, right? I feel like everybody's verse on that was dope, and also Yayo's verse was dope on Drama Setters in comparison to Capo Status. Now I know that Tony Yayo had features on this one, but I'm just looking at both of their verses. I'm not paying attention to the features, okay? Just a FYI. So next up for Jim Jones is Jamaican Joint, right? He got features on this song, okay? And he had Cam and I believe Joel's both on there, right? With his verse on this one, his verse was dope, but to me, Live by the Gun was better by Tony Yayo. That's just my personal opinion. Music is subjective, all right? Last but not least, Talk to the World. I think this song was dope, but I do not feel like it's better than I Know You Don't Love Me. Minus the features. I'm not paying attention to the features. I'm paying attention to Tony Yayo's verse in comparison to Jim Jones' verse. And like I'm going to say again, and like J Hood said, it's subjective, right? To me, overall, Tony Yayo's Thoughts of a Predicate Felon is a better album than Jim Jones' On My Way to Church, okay? Jim Jones' On My Way to Church had, to me, more songs that were dated. They sounded dated. I don't feel like it was classic material. Just my personal opinion. I'm not trying to diss. Just my personal opinion. I feel like a lot of the songs were dated and it's not classic. I feel like Thoughts of a Predicate Felon, some of these songs are timeless. You know, I know that I picked random songs. These aren't really, except for maybe I Know You Don't Love Me. Yeah, and then the rest of the songs were random songs. But I did that purposely because I didn't want to stick with the run-of-the-mill songs, okay? And that's the same reason why I went random with Jim Jones' selection as well. But so, hey, this is just my 2 cents added on.
Look, this is just free advice from me to you. You take it or you throw it away. It don't matter.
Like, hype, comment, and subscribe. And if you are appreciating the content and you want to donate to the channel, the link to the Cash App will be in the description of this video. It will also be in the description of the channel. Thank you for stopping by. And as always, peace.